This is not the man I met. He is egotistical, he disrespects me.
This entire marriage has been forced upon me.
When you don't have trust, when you don't have that foundation, the relationship is over before it starts.
I'm at my breaking point. He has a problem with spending.
You have champagne taste on a soda water budget.
Yes,
What's
honey,
going on?
come on, champagne taste. It's about the taste, not about the budget.
I can't trust him anymore. The man that I married would never have done that.
I'm not going to advise her to try to make this work because I think it's dangerous. I think it's gone beyond that. Here is today's case.
This couple cannot get on the same page. She wants marriage. He doesn't. She wants kids. He doesn't. He also says before they can have a future together, she needs to curb her spending habits. Can they work through their differences? That's today's case on Divorce Court.
Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Faith Jenkins presiding. Your Honor, our virtual audience is filled with your superfans. Today's superfan of the day is Crystal from Charleston, South Carolina.
Welcome to Divorce Court, Crystal. We're so happy to have you with us. Enjoy.
Your Honor, this is the case of Arnold versus Solomon.
Thank you, Juan. Mr. Joseph Arnold,
Yes, Your Honor.
you have brought Ms. Tiffany Solomon
Yes, Your Honor.
to divorce court today. I understand the two of you have been in a relationship for 5 years, but you say your age difference, her spending money and pressuring you about marriage and having kids has led you to this point
Yes, Your Honor.
where you've brought a case today in court.
Right.
So I'll hear from you first, Mr. Arnold. Why don't you tell me what's going on?
I've known this woman for 5 years. I love her. I want to be with her. But we're having some major issues. I mean, it's like you said, she's constantly badgering me about getting married. This woman loves to spend money, my money. We have kids. She wants to have more kids. I told her from the beginning I'm not interested in having more kids. And it's just too much for me.
So those are some serious differences the two of you are having. What do you have to say, Ms. Sullivan?
I just feel like if you love somebody, that shouldn't be an issue. None of those issues should be an issue, period. Like, we make good money, both of us. He makes good money, I make good money. He makes more than me, of course. So I don't see what the problem is.
About getting married, having children, settling
None
down,
of it.
all
When
of
you
those
love
things?
somebody and you're in a relationship with someone, it should be okay to want babies and want a family, and I just don't get what the problem is. The age difference shouldn't matter.
What is the age difference? How many years apart are you?
20?
22 years.
22 years?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
so you're 22 years younger. I'm just kidding. You're 22 years older.
I'm 22 years older than her. She's 32 and I'm 54.
I see the age differences on
Okay.
here, but you know, it's really not about the age, it's about where you are in life.
Right.
Right, and what you're doing in life, but you say you're on different pages. How did the two of you meet, and because you say from the beginning you were honest about what you wanted?
Well, she was a stripper at one time. We met in the strip club. I went out to the strip club, and I would go there pretty frequently, and I would see her there. So I tried to date her. She would turn me down. And one day she just decided to give me a chance, and we just it took off from there.
The two of you met, you're dancing, but then what happens after that?
After we went on a date, we talked about everything. We ended up moving in together. She has kids, I had kids, have kids. So we just ended up having a blended family.
How did moving in work out for you?
It worked out great. I mean, we were happy. We've been together now for 4 years, so once we got into it, the age difference just started making
You say get into it like we don't get into it all the time. You say get into it like it was one get into.
Why do you say it's the age difference? What happened?
Okay, the age difference plays a major part in it. She's a party girl. She comes from a stripper lifestyle, so she's always wanted to have parties in the house. I'm pretty laid back. I own my own construction company, so I work, and I work hard all day. So when I come back from work, you know, I want to just lay back and chill, but she wants to have parties. She's probably going to be asleep once I get back in. And how the party thing started really was one night we were home, and she decided she wanted to bring over some girls to have a little get-together. But I didn't know. I'm thinking it's about a couple of girls, maybe 2, 3 girls. It was several girls.
It was
She
only
brought
a couple
these.
of girls, Joseph.
I'm in another part of the house. The way the house made, I'm in another part of the house, so I'm asleep. She brings all these girls over to the house. It's a big party. They're loud, drinking.
You couldn't even hear us.
Very loud. So I
Like,
get up, I come out of the room. I just ask her to keep it down a bit so I can get some rest. I got to get up every morning at 4 a.m.
4?
4 a.m.
Wow. So a party for you, anything after 5 is no good.
5
Because
p.m.?
Because you've got to go to sleep.
Absolutely.
And are you aware that he gets up at 4 a.m. and goes to work every day?
yes, but everybody does. I mean,
No, not all of us, Mrs. Solomon.
Thank God for that. But
So what's going on?
Okay, so yes, I have. I was a stripper a while ago. I do live a life where I like to get out and mingle and meet people and have fun. And we both used to do that together when we first met. It wasn't a problem then. Like, we don't get to spend any time together like we used to. And it's like, that's why I'm with my friends. So that's why I find time to spend time with my friends. And I party with my friends. And
Over
that
at the
shouldn't be a
house
problem.
where he's sleeping, though.
I mean, we stay there together.
But you don't think there's a time frame compromise if you know he has to be up at 4 a.m. for work?
Thank you.
Of course,
Exactly.
of course. We have worked that out. We've worked that out.
Okay.
So I don't understand why that.
So what are the
discussion.
hours? What are the hours that you now have happy hour at the house?
I try to wrap it up, like about 2 o'clock.
What time? PM or AM?
AM.
So that gives him 2 hours of peace and quiet in his home.
We have a really huge house. So there's no way that he can hear what's going on the other side of the house. It shouldn't be a problem, period.
I basically give her allowance of $4,000 a month. So she just has a fit about this bag. She got the bag after she had already spent the $4,000.
$4,000 is not enough for you, Miss Solomon?
No, ma'am.
Really?
I make it stretch, though.
So you stopped dancing, and are you the primary breadwinner in the home at this point?
Absolutely.
Right.
What's happening with the finances and the spending? You say that's a big issue.
Oh, well, she thinks I'm just this sugar daddy just throwing cash out. She actually thinks that we
Well,
have
when
a-
you met, you were throwing cash, to be fair.
Well, I mean,
that is how you met.
Okay, but
okay.
you know, I don't mind spoiling my lady, but you know, it needs to come to a limit. So, I mean, let me tell you what happened, though. Let me tell you, she throws these tantrums. It's just out of control. I basically give her allowance of $4,000 a month to just do what she wants to do. She throwed a temper tantrum on me one time. I had a party to go to. So I took her we went to the mall to go pick up a gift. We were walking in the mall. All of a sudden, she just has to have this
No,
bag.
all of a sudden, don't act like you didn't tell me I couldn't have
this
that bag.
Your Honor. She thinks I'm this cash cow, so whenever she wants something, designer bags, earrings, whatever, but this particular time, she wanted a designer bag, just because we're in the mall. So she just has a fit about this bag. So eventually I gave in and she got the bag. But that's the case all the time. She just thinks that she's supposed to spend my money.
Well, I thought you said that she has a $4,000 spending limit a month.
Well, that was after she had already spent the $4,000.
Really?
That was my money coming out of my
So $4,000 is not enough for you, Miss Solomon?
No, ma'am.
Really?
I make it stretch, though.
Make it stretch.
So this girl, she'll just go in my wallet,
Right.
go out on some type of shopping spree, and when I wake up, my money's missing, she's missing. Then when she gets back, she has gifts.
Because you're talking about another time where you got an alert about your debit card.
Oh, yeah, when she went on a shopping spree. I get an alert saying that $4,500 is coming out my account. So I'm calling her, she doesn't answer.
$500 over the limit that she makes work every month.
No, whenever I mention money, that's always after the fact of the $4,000 spending. So I'm calling her, she doesn't answer. Finally, when I reach her, come to find out, she actually did go out and spend. She just went out and bought this, some type of gold necklace, some heart pendant or something.
Like the one she's wearing in court today?
Like the one she's wearing right now.
I'm wearing
Exactly.
it. I'm wearing it.
Okay.
Exactly.
So that's a big spend, $4,500. So now you're having these conversations around money, and it's become an issue because you say you've given an inch $4,000 a month, which is a lot of money, and she's taken advantage of it, according to you.
All the
But he
time.
want me to look good. Doesn't it look good?
The bigger issues for you want to get married and you want to have a child together with Mr. Arnold.
Yes. Yes, Your Honor.
You have children already. You say you already have children, and what's your position on this?
Well, my position, I'm 54 years old, Your Honor, and you know I don't want to have any kids. I want to raise my kids where I can play games and football with my kids, my sons. I hear this conversation going on in the other room. So the conversation goes, I haven't taken my birth control, and maybe he won't know it, and maybe I'll get pregnant.
But I want to have more children. It's something we should compromise on.
So you're going to trick him into having a child?
I wasn't really tricking him.
If you'd like your case to be heard on divorce court, call us toll-free, 1-877-311-2222, or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com. Miss the show? Watch full episodes on our streaming platforms and follow us on social media for exclusive content. What happened when you got home early from work one day and you overheard a conversation?
Oh, yeah, the time, okay, I came home, it was raining out. I got home, I went immediately in and took a nap. I guess she didn't know that I was in the house, so I'm taking a nap. I hear this conversation going on in the other room. It's her talking to her girlfriend, and they're talking about birth control. So this is a conversation that Tiffany and I have had about birth control, and she's taking birth control, but the conversation with her and her friend is that she missed taking the birth control. So the conversation goes, I haven't taken my birth control, and maybe he won't know it, and maybe I'll get pregnant and he won't make me have an abortion. So that was a bit much for me.
That's a bit much for anyone to hear, ma'am. If the two of you have had the discussion and he said he doesn't want to have more children.
But I want to have more children. I just feel like it's something we should compromise on. One person can't just say, well, I don't want to have kids, and then we're just supposed to just stay together and work it out.
Yes, they can.
You can.
And they should.
And they should.
If they don't want to have kids, because here's what you don't want to happen. When you come in to a relationship, what you should do is be brutally honest with people, because we have too many people who come in here and they lie and they're not honest, or they say things they don't really mean. And in the end, it comes back to bite you.
Right, and that's how I thought that he felt about the kid situation.
But no,
because you already
then you
have
decide
3.
you're going to trick him. So you're going to trick him into having a child?
I wasn't really tricking him.
We talked about this, though.
He was trying to trick me. He was trying to have a whole vasectomy.
After hearing that conversation?
Right. That's not fair.
Absolutely. I mean,
That's
when
not
we
fair.
met,
I can
Your
take
Honor,
care of a baby. We can take care of a baby. We can afford a child. When it comes to daycare, when it comes to anything, it's no reason why we shouldn't be able to have a child.
That's not the point,
I'm
Ms.
older,
Solomon.
though,
As strongly as you feel about having children, you are not wrong. That is your choice. You are right to feel that way. He is also not wrong with his opinion and how strongly he feels that he does not want to have more. And it's not about your age. We talked about that earlier, but it is where you are at this point in your life, because you're in your early 30s and you still want this for yourself.
I just want a family. That's all I want. I just want us to be able to have a family together, a child together. I don't understand what's so wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with it, Ms. Solomon, but you chose someone who's been honest with you from day one about not wanting more children. It's not fair to him to stay in the relationship to try to force it or trick him or deceive him.
I love Joe. I love Joseph. I would never try to deceive him or trick him, but I want a baby, and I want it with him, and I want it with anybody else.
I don't want to break Tiffany's heart, you know.
It's late.
We talked about this, and it was just something we agreed on.
Have you talked about marriage?
Oh, that's another thing. Well, I've been married before. You know, we did talk about this. I never wanted to get married again, but Tiffany obviously
But you also said you'll think about it.
Okay.
Did you or did you not?
I mean, I've thought about it. You know, I was thinking that maybe I actually, what I told her is that we could have like a promise ceremony. She agreed on that.
That's so lame.
But you agreed to it?
You brought it up, though. That was your idea.
I only agreed because you said that you needed time to think about the marriage. Like, let's not cap like you don't want to do it at all, period.
I'm gonna tell you something. What I think about it means they're buying time.
Right.
And it's been
Sounds like
5
me.
years. Do you want to get married?
I can't say it's something that I really want to do.
Miss Solomon, you
ahead,
got to
yes.
start listening with your eyes and with your ears. Because you want to get married.
Yes, you want.
That's one of your dreams. You've never been married before, right?
Never been married.
And so that's something that you want to do.
Yes, my daughter wants to be a flower girl. That's all she talks about. Is
That's important
coming
to
down
you.
the aisle and throwing some flowers.
That's
Yes.
important to you. Because I think a lot of this spending and a lot of these other things that you're doing, I think some of it is you just acting out
Probably.
in this relationship. What you really want, to be married, to have a child with Mr. Arnold. It's been 5 years. You were hoping that over the course of these 5 years, you convinced him and he changed his mind. It hasn't happened. But what you don't want, Miss Solomon, when you get up that day, I'll tell you, wedding day is going to be one of the most beautiful days of your life. And when you wake up that day to walk down the aisle, you don't want to do it because you wore somebody down, because you gave them an ultimatum, because you had to convince them, because you had to coax them into it, because they had to compromise. You want to marry the person who can't wait to wake up that morning and see his bride walking down that aisle. They can't wait.
You're right.
Neither one of you are wrong, but you just want different things at this point in your lives. You're a beautiful young woman with all of these things to offer.
Thank you.
But you have a choice to make, because this is what it's boiled down to, because you've been pretty clear about what it is you want. So then you have a choice. Are you willing to give up having a child with Mr. Arnold? Because as we stand here today, it's been 5 years. Let's just put it out on the table. He does not want to have children. Is that okay with you?
That's not okay with me.
Okay. So then there's your answer. Mr. Arnold, you're not wrong. You're just in different stages in your life, sir. The best thing you can do, sir, is stand in your truth about what you really want.
This sounds like a breakup.
Well, it sounds like a decision that you have to
We're not
make.
breaking up. You're just gonna give me my baby. Period.
It sounds like a decision that you have to make.
Oh.
I can't tell you what to do. All I can do is give you my objective opinion about what I've seen today and what I've witnessed. People talk about how the age difference works against people in their relationships. It's not about the age. It is about where you are in your life path. And the fact that you've been married, you've had the experience, you've had children, in your life path, this is where you are. And you're with someone 23 years younger who's on a different life path than you. You need to radically accept the other person for who they are and make your decision accordingly. Good luck to both of you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
I don't feel any kind of way because he's just talking. He's gonna do whatever I say. When it comes to the wedding, the baby, and the money, I'm gonna keep spending it, period.
Well, she knows how I feel. I don't want any more kids. Marriage, I mean, I could think about it, but I love Tiffany, so we'll just see how it goes. I guess I just gotta put my foot down with Tiffany and just get her to understand that we have to have some guidelines and just, you know, it's really about us communicating and just agreeing on it.
This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go in the car and we're gonna talk about the babies we're gonna have.